from San Francisco, California, this is the Rock and Roll Geek Show. This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name is Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Thursday, August 24th, 2017, and it is 10 o'clock p.m. on the nose when I'm recording this episode. This is day 25 of the Dog Days of Podcasting, where a bunch of podcast nerds attempt to do a show a day for the entire month of August. Speaking of podcast nerds, I am in Nashville, Tennessee for the Rockin' Pod Expo. Chris Sinzak, who I'm sure I'm pronouncing his name wrong, flew me out to take part in this thing. A bunch of rock and roll podcast nerds sit in a room all day on Saturday, and I don't know, I guess we all record podcasts all day. I guess that's what's happening. I don't know, but I'm here and I'm ready to rock, all right. I have been up since 4 a.m. I left San Francisco. My flight was at 7:45. I got up at 4 because I wanted to get to the airport early so I could sit in the American Express Centurion Lounge and eat free food and drink for free. Went to the Centurion Lounge. I got there about 6 a.m. I checked my bags at the Delta gate because I had to check a bag, which was my podcast. Hold on a minute, this microphone's scratching. I'm doing Boss Jock for the first time. Actually, not for the first time, but I'm recording this on Boss Jock, but this is the first time I'm going to actually have to post an episode and make the WordPress post and everything from the phone. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it in the condition I'm in because I'm probably about 10 or 15, I'm probably like 10 beers in for the day. So yeah, I checked in the podcast bag, which is like a rolling suitcase that has all my podcast equipment, and then I went to the American Express Centurion Lounge at like 6 a.m. That can't sound good. This thing is really sounding okay. I apologize if the sound sucks. So anyway, did that. Then I went towards the gate and realized that with this American Express card, you can also get into the Delta Sky Lounge, which was even better than the American Express Centurion Lounge. So I went there, got a Bloody Mary before the flight. The first flight was to Los Angeles. Then I was going to connect to Nashville. I had to get on a shuttle from one terminal to the next, and I just barely made it on the plane. There was like a line of shuttles, and I had to stop, and I had to ask the nice African-American driver of the shuttle, hey, my plane's leaving in 10 minutes. Can I just jump out of the thing here? Because we were waiting in line for the other shuttles ahead of us to load people up, and it would have been like 30 minutes. So I jumped out of that shuttle, ran up, made it to the flight just in time. It was a fairly uneventful flight to Nashville. It was a crowded flight, but it was uneventful. It was a decent enough flight. Got to Nashville about 5 o'clock p.m. Sorry for the noise here. I'm a little bit buzzed. 10 beers in. John, my stepdad, picked me up from the airport. We drove to Walmart so that I could buy a case of Tecates and a Yeti knockoff soft-sided cooler that holds 30 beers. I filled that up with the case of Tecates, got some ice, sitting in my hotel room at the inn at Opryland, right near the Grand Ole Opry, full of beers. So did that. John and I went to this place to eat called Hattie B's Hot Chicken. I think that's what it's called. Hattie B's Hot Chicken. And it was basically a fried chicken place, but I think what is the one of the signature dishes in Nashville is hot chicken, which is basically, I'm guessing that the recipe is the batter is you have different levels of spicy batter. So you get fried chicken. The normal recipe for fried chicken is you take chicken, you coat it with flour, then you coat it with a batter after that, and the batter has different. I guess it just has hot sauce in it. I don't know, but I got one of the hottest ones, and this Hattie B's place, I think it's pretty famous in Nashville because there was a line. There was two in Nashville. The first one we went to had a line of about 100 people out the door, and so we said, "Fuck this." And then we went to another one that was about maybe 3 miles away in a less crowded part of town, and there was only a line of about maybe 30 people out the door. So we went to that one. It was really, really good fried chicken. It was some of the best fried chicken I've had in a long time. Got the hot level spice, some pimento macaroni and cheese, and some collard greens, and a beer called a Tennessee Lager. I forget the name, the brand of it. It's Tennessee Lager. I don't know. I posted it on the Instagram. Rock andRoll Geek, don't ask. Went there. Then we went to this place called the Nashville Palace, which is right down the street from where I'm staying. I'm staying at the Inn at Opryland, and my stepdad John, he would have stayed with me, but he has his 2 little dogs with him, and they don't let dogs stay here. So he got a place right across the street called the Fiddler's Inn, and right next to the Fiddler's Inn is the Dukes of Hazzard Museum. It's called Cooter's Place. I never watched the show, but one of the guys on Dukes of Hazzard, I think his name was Cooter. I don't know, but anyway, it's a Dukes of Hazzard Museum. Where there's one of the original General Lee cars is outside, and right next to that is this place called the Nashville Palace. So after the Hattie B's, we decided to have a nightcap at the Nashville Palace, and there was a really good country band playing, and I forget what they're called. I apologize to the country band, but I forget what they were called, but they were really good. And we were sitting there drinking. Joey Rock and Roll, who is also one of the guys at this Rock and Pod Expo, he does a show called, oh shit, what is his show called? Rock Strikes 10. There you go. I pulled that one out of my ass. I don't listen to music podcasts because I don't want to rip anybody off. But yeah, it's Rock Strikes 10. Longtime friend of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. He was there with his wife. I think his wife's name is Nola. I apologize, Joey, if I got your wife's name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. Plus, I'm drunk right now. There was a really great country band playing, and they brought all these people up. There was like people from the crowd. It's like a little bar, Nashville Palace, and apparently it might be more of a famous bar than I think because Ricky Skaggs is playing here in like a couple of weeks. But this was the front of the bar. It was like a little honky-tonk thing in a little tiny little stage. And this band would bring people up from the audience, and everybody they brought from the audience was a great musician and a great singer. It was such a cool little scene because I got the feeling that everybody in this bar had major talent, which is like one of the coolest things ever, because at this jam session at the Rock and Pod Expo, you're going to see a bunch of guys with no talent, including me. But I really enjoyed this bar, having drinks. I drank, I had a Tecate, no, not a Tecate, I had a Corona there, then I had a Music City Light beer, which was a nice craft beer. It was good, decent beer. Joey Rock and Roll hung out for a little while, then he left. We finished our beers and then left shortly after, and here I am now. Nice little trip so far. I'm enjoying Nashville. I'm so glad to get the hell out of California for a few days, man. That place is burning me out. I need a vacation, and here I am. For the next couple of days, well, tomorrow we're going to go just play tourist stuff in Nashville, just see the town. Then Saturday will be spent working. I'll be doing podcasts all day, and after that, it's fishing, and more fishing. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. That's a little update of where I am and what I did today. Sitting by myself in this hotel room. It's a decent hotel. I kind of like it. It's nice and clean. A little bit lonely in here by myself, but I think I'll be fine. I'll drink a couple more Tecates and I'll call it a night. All right, friends, I spun the iTunes wheel and up came a song called Footsteps by Paul Westerberg from an album called Mono, Grandpa Boy. So that's what I'm going to play for you to play us out of here. Tomorrow, I might have Joey Rock and Roll come on and do a Dog Days episode with me. We'll see. I'm taking a couple people out to dinner tomorrow night because that's one of the podcast perks on the GoFundMe. 3 people doing shows with me on Saturday. Al Collins and Stacy Collins might come on the show on Saturday as well. I talked to him. They're coming. I thought maybe they would be one of the people coming to beat me up. Maybe they are going to beat me up. I don't know. But I'm tentatively scheduled to have them come on and record a podcast with me from the inside of this place. I looked at the venue from the outside. It's called the Music City Event Center or something like that. It's right across the street from the hotel I'm staying at. It's in a little strip mall. There's a massage parlor right next to the place, and it's in a good section of town. It's a dump. All right, but it could be fun. We'll see. Chris sold out of all the vendor tables. There's gonna be a bunch of vinyl people. I think people selling records and rock memorabilia. So it could be fun. We will see. But I thank you, Chris Sinzak from Decibel Geek, for flying me out here. We'll see how it goes, friends. Tomorrow will be another day, and I will tell you how it went. All right, here's Paul Westerberg. I'll talk to you tomorrow with day 26 of the Dog Days of Podcasting. rockandrollgeek.com is where you can find the show. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, area code 706-621-ROCK. Facebook R&R Geek, Twitter R&R Geek, Instagram Rock and Roll Geek, don't ask. I'll probably be posting a shitload of Instagram posts from Nashville. So there you go. We'll talk to you tomorrow, friends.
Bought me a suit, gave me $50. Gone today, I'll be here tomorrow. Need a leap of faith or a jump of stupid. Either way, don't know what I'm doing. Time, you hear my footsteps. Time. Footstep. Well, it's heads I win, tails we flip again. I've loved and lost, hated so to win.